Yeah, so welcome everybody to the Rain 3 webinar. Thank you for making time to join our webinar and to show interest on the Rain Innovation Challenge Fund. Um, we will be Ida, you can swap the next slide. Here's a few overview. I'll just introduce myself and then let my team also introduce, and then we will go directly to the agenda. So my name is Gerald David. I am Innovation Lead for the RAIN Innovation Challenge based here in East Africa. And welcome everybody to this webinar. Jesper?
I'm Jesper Monberg, the CEO of GRP. Pleasure to meet you all. I hand over to Simone.
Hello everyone, my name is Simone Verkaert. I'm the Program Director from GRP. Nice to meet you.
Hamisi?
Hello everyone, this is Hamisi Saidi Hincha, CAFESA Project Lead and also RAIN Winner Cohort 1. Thank you.
We do have Linnea and Ida.
Hi, nice to meet you all. I'm Linnea, Grants and Operations Manager at GRP. Nice to meet you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ida and I'm the Communications Director at GRP. And if you have any questions about tech or anything like that, please just type to me in the chat and I'll try to help you out.
Thanks, team. So I'll just go quickly through the agenda and the housekeeping rules. So we'll be having a welcome and open remarks from our CEO. And then we'll speak a little bit about RAIN, and then we'll have a chance to hear from one of our first winners at the RAIN Challenge, Cohort 1. And then we'll have time for the Q&A. So we aim to make as much as time we can for the question and answer session. Just for a few housekeeping rules, so you have to keep yourself on mute. If you want to ask questions after these three presentations, please raise your hand and we'll be unmuted to speak or ask your questions. Type your questions in the Q&A box, which is seen on the lower side of your screen. You will find a section of Q&A. You can type your question there. If your question has already been answered, please delete it. And if there's a question you would particularly like answered, you can like it. The question that someone has submitted and you actually want it answered, you can like it. And also reach out to Ida, as she has mentioned, if you have any other technical issue support you need. So just going right ahead, I'll just like to invite Jesper, our CEO, to provide welcome and open remarks and also talk a little bit about GRP. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And maybe I can just say on the question, who are we? We had one more from our side just join, Aoife. Aoife, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Aoife Hegarty. Irish origin, living in Egypt and having spent quite a lot of my career in East Africa. I run the Leadership Academy with Jesper and other facilitators. So you will be invited, if selected, to go to our Leadership Academy. And I'm here to answer any questions you have on the Leadership Academy part.
Thank you, Aoife. So who are we and what is GRP? And for some of you, this will probably be something you know and I've heard before. But if I can have the next slide, please, I'll go through it very quickly. The Global Resilience Partnership was established 10 years ago in 2014. So it's actually 10 years and a few months. We'll be celebrating 11 this year. We are a partnership. So we have many partners from the private sector, the public sector, multilaterals, bilaterals, entrepreneurs, organizations, associations, and so on. And we work together to build resilience or the capacity for resilience. Next slide, please. Some examples of the organizations that are partners with us. This is on the website if you want to look at it more, but I think the main point here is that it's very diverse and we're working to make it as inclusive as possible as well. And in this list, you'll see some funders. You'll also see some of the previous grantees that we've worked with, quite a few of them actually, that we continue to work closely with. Next slide, please. A bit of repetition, but I think if I can just highlight a few or two of the things here. We have channeled or invested, it's sort of depending on how you define it. It's not our money, but we get money from our funders, over $45 million into resilience building projects. And in those projects, we've supported over 7 million people becoming more resilient. And I'll just pause there very quickly and talk about what resilience is. It's not bouncing back, although that is definitely part of it, but it's the transformative capacity you gain. So that is what we're after. The transformative is critical as something we're really looking for to work with everyone that we bring in as grantees and as partners. Next slide, please. Click one more time just to show that we are spread out in the global south. There are 2 dots here, and they are green, and they're very difficult to make out on this map, at least for me. But you'll see that we have an office in Sweden, in Stockholm, and we have an office in Cape Town. So that's the one in South Africa at the very bottom of the slide. The projects, however, that we've worked with are spread out. And then we have the GRP Secretariat sits on 5 different continents. So we have someone in North America, we have people in South America, in Africa, in Asia, and in Europe. Next slide, please. A bit of theory, but this is important to us. We see that the way to approach resilience work can be complicated, but if we break it down like this, regenerative and equitable food systems, so that's very central to what we're doing here at RAIN. Reimagined financial flow and financial structure. So how can we work with you and make you more ready and have more absorption capacity for what you're working with? And then the most important thing, the sort of foundation, communities at the heart, to really make it as inclusive as possible. Next slide, please. Yeah, and then that's me. Gerald, I kept my promise. I kept it shorter than my 10 minutes so that you have more time for Q&A. Thank you very much. I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you so much, Jesper. And yeah, as Jesper's mentioned, this is the overview of GRP, and then I'll talk more about RAIN, Resilience Agriculture Innovation for Nature. Next slide, please. So Resilient Agriculture Innovation for Nature it's a program which is funded by Shockwave Foundation and Munich Re. It was conceived in 2023, actually in 2022, at the COP 27 in Egypt. And the first call for proposal was actually in 2023. So RAIN aims to identify, nurture and surface new innovations and agriculture initiatives that foster resilience. In our first round, we managed to receive over 100 applications, and we worked with 18 projects for a year. And then 9 winners were selected, and you will be hearing from one of them today to provide you with an experience of going through the process of RAIN and also working with RAIN Challenge in East Africa. The second round was actually launched last in 2023, December in Dubai at the COP. We received over 300 applications with 23 projects shortlisted and worked with us for the whole of last year. And we announced 11 winners in last December who are now implementing their project, but also receiving grants to support them in their implementation. The third round, we launched it last year in December 10. And the call for proposal is still open until the end of this month, 31st of January 2025. And you're encouraged to continue to submit your applications. And we're happy to answer any question after this on the application. Next slide, please. Resilience innovation for nature. So what does that entail? So the RAIN aims to convert the seed level. So we're targeting the early stage innovators across East Africa, agriculture innovations that are meeting resilience needs, as you have heard in terms of what GRP actually is looking to address within the global south. And then we scale them into a sustainable business ideas or projects to private investors and also for funders, for those who are in the not-for-profit sectors. The aim is actually to identify, as I said, and new innovative agriculture initiatives and provide them with a customized support and maximize the initiative and potential impact. These customized supports involve a 3-layer or 4-layer, I would say, mostly 3-layer of support, which is the mentorship provided to all finalists. This is a one-on-one which you're matched with a mentor who work with you for a period of time to refine your idea, but also to support you in terms of making your project proposal business model more attractive and also more fundable. And then the second part is actually what we call the Leadership Academy, and you hear more about one of our instructor for the Leadership Academy, whereby you get to participate in this intensive training. And also there's an investor forum support whereby you get to pitch your idea to actually increase the financing of your project. And this is in terms of scale. The challenge align potential funders to this initiative and then drive attention to urgent need of agriculture systems. Next slide, please. The objective, as I've mentioned, is to surface new innovative agriculture initiative that has been assessed rigorously and selected for viability. So we have a process whereby we look at each application's project and proposal very rigorously, and then we select those that we think have the best chance of actually scaling the project. We understand all of them are actually good, but we have a capacity to work with some of them that are making the finalist. And also, I've said we provide customized support to each initiative and to increase their potential for impact, scalability, investability, and also profitability. We align partners and potential funders to these initiatives. We held our investor forum last year in New York, whereby some of the winners of the first round were able to pitch in their ideas, and also that is part of the support that we continue to receive for the winners. So drive attention, as I said, to the urgent need of transformation in agricultural systems, disseminate innovative resilience agriculture interventions in a wide group of partners. So we share a lot of knowledge products we work with, and that's helped in terms of disseminating those innovative resilience agricultural interventions, and encourage further investment in the development of initiatives to build resilience in the agricultural system. Next slide, please. The eligibility criteria for the rain challenge. So you have to be a nature positive solutions that builds resilience in communities and places more susceptible to climate impacts in Africa. And if you visit our website or our social media, we've placed more what we call the FAQs, which provide you with more details in terms of what you need to know about the rain challenge, including the nature positive solutions we're talking about. So we put a lot of information in our social media cards, in our website. You can be able to visit and learn more. The challenge is open for profit and not for profit organization across the public, private, civil society, and grassroots organization, as well as academia. So if you're from any of these entities, you're please welcome to submit your applications for funding. Innovative and scalable initiatives that change the risk perceptions of investing in agriculture. As we know, less has been invested in agriculture. We need to drive attention of the need to invest in agriculture as one of the drivers to address the food security, to address the climate risk issues across the global south, and particularly for rain here in East Africa. Next slide, please. Another criteria, you have to be located in these countries from East Africa. So it's Burundi, Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda. So rain accept application from only these designated countries in East Africa. We have the team. The team has to be proven conservation and business experience. It has to consider gender, equity, and human rights, and biodiversity. Are highly encouraged to apply, and the solution does not harm or has no negative impact on communities or ecosystem. It is designed to build resilience. Example may be forced relocation and something like that. So we encourage those projects and business models that align with these criteria to apply. And note that GRP will notify all applications about the result of the assessment phase. So non-selected ideas may still be considered for alternative promotion within GRP network, matchmaking with other partners, but also, we have knowledge in products that we generate through this initiative, and we'll be able to benefit from those. Next slide, please. What winners will receive on the RAIN challenge. So winners will be connected with investors. As I've mentioned, we've had an investor forums whereby winners had a chance to come and pitch their project, their business proposals to potential funders and investors. Winners also receive communication support. We have tailored mentoring program, as I've mentioned, one-on-one, which is led by GRP's top mentors who bring in over 15 years of experience in both entrepreneurship and investment, but also project management in the development sector. You'll have a chance to participate in the GRP Leadership Academy. This is a 3-day intensive training on the leadership with dedicated focus on personal development and group dynamics, since we focus on entrepreneurs, but also change makers within the non-government, non-profit sectors. You'll be invited to an investor forum and pitching session in person or visual, also mentioned, and then you'll be stand a chance to win a cash prize of up to 50,000 after the initial mentorship period and the leadership academy sessions. Next slide, please. Yes, so how to apply? If you go to our website, you'll find a RAIN phase 3 open, and under that you have guidelines for those applying as for-profit organizations, and then guidelines for those applying as not-for-profit organization, and then download you will find the form for for-profit and also for not-for-profit. You have to visit our website, visit our social media pages, both Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're there, and just go to our website and get more information on how to apply. The application process is quite very straightforward. You just need to log in and create your account on the Submittable, and then there you can be able to submit your application. And if you have any question or you have any a challenge accessing that, we have also information available on our website on how to reach us. Next slide, please. I am also reachable in terms of providing any information. I've had some of the potential applicants reach out and provide more clarifications on this. Yeah, thanks. On this, I'd like to invite our guest, Hamisi, to just give us a little bit about the process of working with RAIN application up to become a winner. So Hamisi, thank you. Welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Gerald. I appreciate, and I'm thrilled also to be here and share the experience so far. As introduced, I'm Hamisi Saidi Hincha. I'm working with FSPN Africa, an NGO that is working across East Africa and basically to build sustainable food for the needy communities of East Africa. And today I'm joining in as the project lead called the CAFESAP. And CAFESAP is the project that made us to be here today. It was a project that received the support under RAIN Challenge Cohort 1. So we can say it was us who started to get the benefit, and we are so happy for that. Since getting the opportunity under RAIN Challenge Cohort 1, it has never been the same. The process is very engaging. The team is very supportive, and the process is very, very simplified in a way that allows you to share what you have. So usually the process starts by responding on the call, just like what is present today, just to make sure that you submit the proposal. I mean, you respond to the call before the deadline, and then after that, you get the feedback. If you are selected to start, and then immediately the first year you're receiving the mentorship. The mentorship is brilliant because it helps to curate, to co-create your idea in terms of the technical on how to present it, and also in terms of finances. in terms of how to prepare the budgets and all that. So you get a one-to-one mentorship, and you are able at the end of the day to have the capacity of packaging your idea into technical proposal, and also the financial or the budget part of it for further submission. During the mentorship session, there's this amazing component as well that you will receive as the RAIN grantee, and that is the Leadership Academy. It was a massive experience, and today I'm happy to see Ifa and Jesper because they are the ones who facilitated the session. And I've never been tired to say this, but since after the Leadership Academy, it has never been the same in terms of understanding the fundamentals of leadership, understanding the ideas of entrepreneurship, understanding how to work in team, the teamwork bit, understanding the communication skills, especially in the enterprise world. So all these are some of the components that you get under the Leadership Academy. So it's a complete package that I can say we really need that, so that to have a proper path towards the resilience world. And then it's also an amazing component, because at that time it's where you now start to engage and have peer-to-peer learning with with the other grantees. And for us as FSPN, it was also an opportunity here to expand our network and partnership with other grantees to interact and to understand the ecosystem even much better. So despite getting the knowledge from the Leadership Academy, this was also another opportunity to expand the partnership and the networking with the other colleagues and organizations and companies within the resilience ecosystem. And then after the Leadership Academy, then it comes now to a point where you need now to submit a full proposal, a technical and financial proposal, of course, with the help of the mentors. And after that, now you receive to get the feedback immediately. Further process takes over in terms of due diligence, and also getting all the paperwork to receive the grant in full, and then submitting now the plan on how you're going to execute the project. And immediately now it comes to the second year of implementing now the project. So during the implementation of the project, the good side of this is that the mentors are always there. I mean, the GRP team is always there. They have this open door policy whereby when you encounter or anything, when you need any support, the GRP team is there, and also the mentor is there to make sure that the project is executed smoothly and effectively. Together with that, in between, there are other supports that are going on. For example, in our case, we received M&D support, as well as the communication support in terms of how are we communicating our work using our social media pages. And also with the help of GRP, we were able to get the communication support on how to the virtual presentation of our idea. And this, like, GRP helped us to prepare the infographics of explaining our project without mentioning nothing. So this is something that we didn't have, but under the communication department, we were able to receive this support, and now it's helping us a lot. Even when we are doing our submission of the calls and all that, we usually use that. And also even when we are communicating internally and also externally, we are using that. So that is another area that you're able to get alongside the implementation of the project. Also, there are M&D activities such as reporting, the lesson learned, and so the reports are usually very friendly, and with the help of the mentor, it becomes even easier to report the journey of implementation of the project, to understand what is the progress and also what is the pathway towards achieving the deliverables and the impacts that you're setting. Together with that, also there are a couple of visits. You get the visit from the GRP team and of course the donors. They visit to see, to get the glimpse, to get the experience of what is likely happening on the ground. What is the impact that you're trying to achieve on the ground? And that this is actually massive because the beneficiaries are able to interact directly with them. So it gives a proper feelings, of course, that there are people who appreciate what you're doing and they're even ready to come down to the ground to see the exactly resilience journey on the ground, which is a very interesting thing. Together with this, there's the investor forum, and also I'm glad that I was one of the grantees who represented RAIN in this very interesting component. And it was held in New York, so it was fully funded, and also there was a massive help in terms of preparing and how to pitch your idea to the potential investors, of which it was really, really interesting to get the international audience whereby you'll be able to pitch and share your idea with the world, not only for the purpose of fundraising and getting more funds to implement the project, but also to tell the story of the communities that we are serving, the communities that are real people who are getting to experience the climate change and the resilience bit on the ground. So it's a massive stage to tell the story about the communities that you serve. And on top of it, expanding networks and partnership, and also getting to learn from other colleagues and also from other expertise, all the important actors in the resilience journey. So after the investors forum, the support keeps continue under mentoring, under mentorship, and also under the open door policy. So generally, that's the experience so far. So for us, I think, and I'm inviting all of us to get everything we have and go for this opportunity. And believe me, if not now, at that time, that it will never be the same. So thank you so much, and I'm really, really thrilled to talk before you, and I appreciate for the opportunity. And let me take it back to Gerald. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hamisi, for such a wonderful experience working with RAIN. And as you've seen, and as you've mentioned, type of supports Hamisi has entered during his journey working with RAIN and GRP. I now open the floor to have the questions from you. As I've mentioned during my opening session about the house rules, you can raise your hand and you can unmute to ask a question. But also, I'm reading questions from the chat, which some of them I might be able to answer or point to some of my colleagues to provide answer here live on the session. So if you have any question, if you can please raise your hand and unmute and ask a question. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and start responding to some of the questions I see on the chat. I'll go to the last question I see on the chat, and yeah, I see my colleague is typing an answer. So does RAIN support a project with the objective of helping farmers adapt climate resilience projects that are community-based? Yes, as part of the eligibility, we mentioned that community-based organizations, the NGOs, and academia, enterprise are all welcome to submit applications as long as it does meet the criteria that we mentioned. So yes, you are committed to build. Please go ahead and submit your application and gladly look at it. Hello everyone, Rwanda working with do you have anyone who would like to ask a question? Maybe I'm not able to see. Ida, if you can help. Do you have any hands?
We have a hand up.
Okay, please go ahead.
Rusimbi, yeah.
Oh, Stephen, welcome. Stephen, you can unmute yourself. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I don't have a question, but I just want to applaud about what you're doing. Really, I remember that I participated in the Leadership Academy when I was working with Foundation for Organic Agriculture Tanzania, and then it was very wonderful, and I attest about what Mr. Hamisi Saidi Hincha said, but it's very unfortunate it did not move to the next stage. But right now, I'm working with Accountability Tanzania, an organization which has only 3 years. And once I got a message that you have announced a new challenge, I was very excited. But one thing that I just want to know is about what if maybe I enter to that stage? I mean, the first stage. Can I come again to attend the Leadership Academy or somebody else once, if? But what I see is this challenge is very and very exciting. Of course, we are normally applying for calls for proposals, and then we win. But the steps, the simplest steps that you are doing are very, very good. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Stephen. I'll just shoot this to Jesper and Ifa. If someone participated in the Leadership Academy, would she be eligible to come and participate again if shortlisted? Yeah, when you're answering, just briefly, we still have some hands raised, Dixon and Subi. You can come after that, Jesper.
Sure. Well, I would think of it as an opportunity to send someone else from your team to participate, because it's obviously a little bit limited in terms of seating or spaces to participate. But I wouldn't totally rule it out if you'd like to come again. Aoife will not be happy with me for saying that, but it depends a bit on where you are in the journey, and we can explore that. But I mean, my first answer also stands. It might be a good opportunity to send someone else from the team.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
We see hand Dixon, if you can unmute and ask a question.
Yes, thank you, Gerald. So my question is for a startup who may not be familiar with proposal writing and etc. And is an app developer. How is the review process of do they test, like if I have submitted the link to my application, do they download, test, and see before moving us to the next stage, or what's the process like?
So the review process is all outlined in the guidelines. If you look in terms of review process, what are the guidelines, what are the criteria for review? So we review each project as it comes, each proposal as it comes, whether it's agri-tech, whether it's financial inclusion solutions, whether it's anything else. So it all goes through the same process of review. And in terms of app, must admit we haven't had like a link being attached to the proposal. But yeah, we'll be gladly to look into that and how to provide an assessment on that. Yeah, you're welcome so much to provide to submit your application, Dixon.
Okay, my other question was related to, again, as a startup. I wasn't sure whether to choose non-profit or for profit, because at this stage it's still, there's no clear path whether it should generate profit, but it's assisting the communities. So how would you advise the best place the best category to apply in?
So I think you need to look into the sustainability of what you want to do. Where does it lie? Would it be sustainable in terms of whether it provides services for free? Can it sustain itself to scale, and whether it need profit or it need to generate income to be able to move on? And yeah, I might invite also Simon and Jesper if they have any more feedback on that before we move on to another person. Dixon and Simon and Jesper, if you have any feedback on that.
I can just answer quickly since I'm not sure Simon's in a position to respond. Gerald's response is perfect. it depends on how sustainable you think it will be, and at this point what you're aiming for. If that changes later on in the journey, then it changes later on in the journey, and you know, that's okay. It's where you think it is today, and where you're planning to take it.
Yeah, thank you, Jesper. I'll now invite Aida Abalo. Yes, please unmute and ask your question. And also you can continue to put your question on the Q&A, and our team here will be answering them as you post them on the chat. Aida, if you can unmute and ask your question. I might have to call now Obong. Harun, if you're ready. Yes, Aida, I see now you're ready. Please go ahead and ask your question, and then Obong will ask a question.
Hello, how are you all? I'm talking from Kenya, and I have seen this interesting challenge. This is my first time to see it. In fact, I was told to join a few minutes ago. Is there a person who can guide me later, because I know this webinar is coming to an end? Then I can try to join. Can try to guide me as I go through this process. But it looks wonderful.
Yes, thank you a lot, Aida. We will provide more information on the chat in terms of where you can go to and read more information about this challenge. So it's all available on our website, and our team here as we speak can provide that link in the chat whereby you can be able to access the information you need to be able to apply. And also the webinar will be recorded and shared publicly so that you are able to actually hear what we've been able to discuss before you've joined. Thank you. Obong?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be part of this. My name is Haron Obong. I'm speaking from Uganda. I'm the founder of Lira Seedling Center, which is an enterprise. Basically, we deal in agriculture, agroforestry. We do agribusiness consultancy. My question is, of recent, we had an event that we won as a climate resilient activist in Uganda and globally at the same time. Now we've thought of building a podium, which is a project kind that is centered towards mobilizing the communities across Africa to build adaptations and mitigations activities in lines of climate change. At this point, this is where I am a little bit confused, because now I want to know where exactly. We are an enterprise for profit, but now the project that we are doing, our centered activity bases on mobilizing for tree planting and also training the community members, also building capacity of the farmers on how to live well during this time, and also giving them ideas and also sharing better innovative approaches towards the climate adaptation and resilience at the same time, and also the mitigating part of it. So if you see this is something that doesn't generate profit direct, yet we are a business entity, you know. So I don't know at this point, but this is like a godsend opportunity for us. We will be very happy to participate in. Now, which application should we take? Should we take for profit or non-profit?
Well, thank you so much, Obong, for your good question. Yes, I think I would refer you to the previous question, almost the same in terms of at this moment. I think you know already this is going to be not for profit, but you are for profit, and you want to apply for this train challenge. So I would recommend that you look into the sustainability of what you want to implement. Is that solution going to be a not-for-profit continuously? Can it be scaled in that manner? And that if that's so, then this could be applied under the not-for-profit. But if you anticipate at some point this has to generate income to be able to sustain itself, then I think not-for-profit would not be a perfect spot for you to apply. But yeah, I think at the moment, as you've mentioned, if it's a project and not for profit, then it should be submitted under not for profit window.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bong. I'll now invite Bosita. And sorry, Cecilia, I've seen your hands quite some time, and I'm pleased to put you up, and you will be asking question next. Bosita, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Bosita.
Yeah, my name is Hilary Bosita. I'm speaking from Kenya. I work with African Inception for Agribusiness Research in Kiminini, Western Kenya. So my question is the one-year mentorship academy process remote or in person? Because being away from business from a business that makes a profit for that while might cause a gap in the business. I would like for a clarification on that, and also to thank you for allowing us to be on this platform and submit and sending our application to you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Bosita, for your question. Just to respond to your mentorship question, yes, the mentorship will be done remotely. You have a chance to interact with your mentor according to how and the frequency that you agree. And the mentor will be available to provide you with needed support for you to be able to refine your idea, but also to work on areas that you need to strengthen for your business, but also for your project to be able to show the sustainability, the scalability, and also to have it more refined for the for the consideration for the awards, and also being able to being surfaced out there for funders and also for investors to be able to see it and attract additional financing. Yeah, so that will be offered on the remote basis.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Bosita. Shamake Ahmed, if I can invite you. Please unmute and ask the question.
Yeah, good afternoon, good morning, and good night to everyone. Thank you for organizing this insightful session. My name is Sharmake Ahmed, and I work with SADO, Social Life and Agriculture Development Organization in Somalia and Kenya. We are an organization working on resilience and agriculture development. We are particularly interested in the thematic areas of climate, especially regenerative food system, and placing communities at the heart of resilience efforts. So my question is, how does GRP measure success in funded initiatives? And how do you guys measure, how do you ensure the sustainability beyond funding period? Because we have experienced, we have done so many innovations, and we have seen after the innovation fund period, we need another fund to scale up that project, that initiative. So that's my question. We're very interested in contributing to these transformative resilience efforts, and look forward to learning how our organization aligns its work with the GRB priorities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ahmed, for your question. Yes, how do we measure success, and how do we ensure that there's a sustainability beyond that funding? So we mentioned a number of tailored support that a project or business receive while working with RAIN, and also we mentioned post sort of award support that a business or project are receiving. We aim to see these projects or these ideas or this model, business models scale, and that's the idea. And to ensure that they scale, there have to be in terms of a sustainability of funding, also revenue. So we measure success by the criteria that we've put forth. And if you can read on our guidelines, it's clearly stating there what kind of innovations are we looking at and how do we measure them in terms of sustainability and profitability. Apart from that, we've mentioned that we do organize an investor forum whereby winners have a chance to pitch their ideas, to pitch their business model to potential funders and investors. And this is all in the interest of making sure that you have sufficient funds to be able to scale your idea moving forward. And also we continue to keep in touch with the projects that we funded, even after the period of engagement with the challenge has ended. I might throw this back to Jesper again to just provide any comment on that, because I see sustainability as quite coming up a lot, and we're really keen to see these businesses, these projects scale and continue to deliver more impact on the ground. Jesper?
Yeah, just very briefly then. Yes, it's absolutely true. There is a sort of Death's Valley when it comes to, you get a startup, you get an idea, and then you get maybe some seed funding. And then before you sort of reach where you can properly scale and attract other types of funding, there is this dry period, and that is challenging. We work on this. We work with our funders, and we are continuously exploring ways to allow for the second stage funding to maybe come through us. Gerald mentioned the investor forum. We have examples of grantees that we worked with that have successfully raised significant money from other investors, both commercial investors and other grant providers and so on, depending on what is appropriate for the project. And finally, we believe that by building on the ecosystem of startups, especially the ecosystem of startups in nature-positive agriculture and regen ag, the more of you there are, the better it is, because the more you will attract other investors and funders to come into the space. It's working on that ecosystem, getting, really empowering what you do. That's our only reason for doing this. And we are continuously working to secure additional funding, additional partners. Hamisi mentioned the investor forum in New York. It's one of those things that we do. But I think it comes down to leaning in and working hard, raising these issues and challenges that you're facing. And thank you for raising them here. It is something that we all need to work on. So we can't ensure continuous funding because it depends also on the projects, but we can ensure that we're working hard to continue what we're doing and also to support what you are doing. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Jesper.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed. Now, Cornelius, I see your hand up. Could you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, everybody.
Good afternoon, Cornelius.
All right, okay, my name is Cornelius Kikoech. I'm from the Rift Valley region of Nandi County of Kenya. And I'm a young farmer practicing mixed farming from livestock to crop husbandry. And I'm in this challenge already. I think I'm almost 90% complete with my entry, filling my entry. I'd like to maybe give a very brief introduction of what I do before I give my question. As I'm working
with the interest of time, Cornelius, can you just use at least 1 minute so that we allow others also to ask questions?
Okay. Our project involves, organic farming, where we are trying to implement mixed farming, complementary farming, that is avocado growing, beekeeping, and daubership breeding, which we will these kind of farming activities will complement each other. And in feeling my entry into this challenge, I've had a challenge to understand the additionality bit of it. That is actually where I would like to get a clarification. Maybe what does additionality mean in the context of this challenge? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cornelius. Can I throw this question to my colleagues? Yes, for Simone.
Yeah, sure.
To respond to that.
Since Simona has her camera off, I'm not sure what she's doing, so I'll just jump in. Additionality in this instance, it's a good question. If we think that you if we think that you can get funding anyway from someone else, if, for example, you're a big company and you're just trying to do some kind of a project, and then you see an opportunity to get free money from someone like us, then we think you have it covered already, and we think that that money should probably go to someone else on this call that does not have that opportunity. Now, I realize you're a young farmer, so that's not the case. So I think you tick the box of additionality. But additionality is basically, do you think you'll do this anyway because you are in a position to do it and you're just looking for some free money, and then you're done. Oh, Simona's hand is up.
No, actually, I'm what do you call it? Ground control or traffic control? Yeah. So I'm moderating the Q&A. But we had a question from Cecilia China that I wanted to relate to you guys. She mentioned she's an innovator incubated at the university, commercializing the innovation which is out of the PhD research, has registered a startup, but the startup is under the university. Should she apply for a for-profit or a non-profit? And my question actually back to you guys, Jesper and Gerald, is if for-profit and non-profit is it based on the organizational registration or the aim of the solution? I forgot.
So I think this for Cecilia is definitely a for-profit because it's a startup where they're still being incubated at a not-for-profit entity. But the idea of implementation of that startup is for profit, then it will apply under for profit. Unless others, it was the university that was applying, then it would have applied for the under not for profit. But for this Cecilia, it should go to a for profit window. I see Nyambura Kachahi have a question. We have like 5 minutes to go, so please be brief so that we are able to allow everybody to ask questions. Please welcome Nyambura.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. I apologize if my question would be asked and already answered, but I wanted to find out. So my business is registered under a different, I guess, area of focus, but as I've been evolving, my idea has changed into I'm a farmer and a climate scientist, and my idea has been evolving as I'm learning, as I'm moving along. So I'm wondering, am I still eligible? And let me give you the progression is, I began as a person who was helping people find homes. So in Kenya, like a real estate agent, but as I've been evolving, I have been studying meteorology, I've studied data science, and I've studied robotics. And as I'm going along, my idea has evolved into a robotics kind of idea that is helping farmers be able to synthesize their practices, where we are able to help them understand how the climate is changing in real time, where I'm trying to develop a model for them so that they can be able to access this progression of the climate and also the soil quality and water quality in Kenya, because some people do not know is that the water we're all using has been there since the beginning of time, and it's repleting as you're going along. So we're trying to find ways how we can be able to help them be resilient, even as the climate is changing as it is. It's getting hotter, it's getting less wetter. So yes, so I'm wondering if am I still eligible because of my progression. My company is just under a different focus, but I have changed the focus.
Hey, Nyambura, I think definitely you're eligible to submit your application as long as what you're aiming to do it's in alignment with what RAIN is aiming actually to achieve. So if it falls within those areas that we mentioned, nature positive solutions, within the ag sector and so forth, I think you're welcome to submit your application in that angle, regardless of what the history of the organization was. The focus is actually what you intend to do and what you're proposing to do for the RAIN challenge. That's what will be focused in this moment.
Right, thank you so much, Gerald, and everybody.
All right, thanks. Mayaya, Mark, if you can unmute yourself and ask a question. And we'll be wrapping up in the next 3 minutes. So yeah, please be brief.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
Mayaya. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, my name is Mayamak. I'm calling from Tabora, Tanzania. My question is on our last application. I mean, for the RAIN challenge. I think it was RAIN challenge first or challenge one. We applied on sustainable beekeeping as our project, but we didn't receive any, feedback. But I'm wondering what happened, and we have no idea what happened because no feedback from your side.
Oh, thank you so much, Maya, and we apologize if you did not receive the feedback, but we did ensure that everyone who submit applications, if not selected, receive the feedback of the application, and we'll be happy to look into that after that. Please send us an email to the designated email on the website, on the Challenge Fund email, and we'll be happy to look into that. But also, you are welcome to submit your application in this round also. And we assure you that it will be looked into and you receive the feedback.
Okay, thanks so much, David. Okay. Gerald David.
Thank you so much, Maya. Yeah, all right. One last but not least, Annie Kimani.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I want to appreciate the RAIN and the call. We have gained a lot. This is our first time we'll be doing the proposal, but we are a public-private partnership company that deals with the potato, in the potato industry. Our work is to lobby for policy change in the government and also to assist other partners in the industry to increase potato production, that is using climate smart technologies for that, and also resilience to the climate change in the various counties in Kenya. And so I'm wondering, we are not a profit-making institution, but we help others make profit because we bring in partners who will partner with the farmers or in the industry. Once the production has increased, then they are able to continue with the marketing and the production. Are we still eligible to do the application in that aspect?
Thanks so much, Annie, for your questions. And just to briefly respond, yes, you're eligible to apply under the not-for-profit because your idea is actually implementing the support to other players in the ecosystem to be able to sustainably generate revenue and be able to continue to deliver more impact to the smallholder farmers. So yes, you're welcome to submit your application under the not-for-profit window.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. And I would like to take this chance now again. I think we have received a number of questions, and I'll continue to let you know that our email is open. You can submit your question anytime that you feel like you want more clarification. And as we mentioned in the beginning, this recording will be shared publicly so that you're able to revisit and actually see if you missed anything before you submit your application. And thank you so much for making time to join this webinar. We're looking forward to receiving your applications. We encourage you to spread the word out there about the RAIN challenge. And yeah, don't forget to complete and submit your application. I'll let Jesper give a few last word of remark, and then we can conclude our webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald. I don't have anything to add. Thank you, Gerald, for the webinar, and thank you all the participants for your questions. Very valid. We look forward to engaging with you, and if you have any more questions as per the message in the chat, do just send us an email, and we'll get back to you. But thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Jasper, and I would like to thank our team, Ida and Linnea, and Simone and Ifa, and also Hamisi, for actually making your time and supporting this webinar. Thank you so much, and I wish you a good day. So thank you a lot, and we expect your applications. You have a good day.